Purchase invoice in ERPNext.
We are here, receiving the invoice from the vendor.
Before we create one, let's understand what is a purchase invoice and why it's important. A purchase invoice is a bill sent by your supplier after you receive goods or services. It confirms that you've received the items and now need to make the payment. In ERPNext, creating a purchase invoice helps maintain accurate financial records. It updates your accounts payable, your stock entries, and ensures your supplier payments are tracked properly. In simple words, a purchase invoice records the actual liability, meaning how much your company owes to the supplier. This is the ERPNext dashboard. On the left side panel, you'll see Buying module. Click on it. Scroll down and you'll see Purchase Invoice. Following this, click Purchase Invoice. Let's create a new purchase invoice for our supplier. Click on Add Purchase Invoice at the top right. Here you'll see the Get Items From button. From here, you can pull items directly from a purchase order or a supplier quotation. For example, let's click on Get Items From Purchase Order and select the one we created earlier for laptops. Once selected, click Get Items. All the items and details will be automatically fetched. The first field is Supplier here. You need to select the name of the supplier from whom you have purchased goods. Now let's look at the item table. This section contains all item-related columns. Item name, the name of the item you're purchasing. Quantity, the total number of items purchased. Rate, the cost per unit. Amount, automatically calculated as quantity multiply rate. Taxes and charges. This section is used to add taxes, duties, freight, or additional costs related to the purchase. You can select a tax and charges template or manually add rows for GST, VAT, or other expenses. It ensures that the total invoice amount reflects all applicable charges accurately. Tax category used to group different types of taxes, like GST, VAT, or custom duties, under a specific category. It helps apply the right tax automatically based on the supplier or item type. Shipping rule defines how shipping costs are calculated, for example, based on order value, weight, or quantity. It can automatically add delivery charges to the purchase or sales invoice. Incoterm refers to international commercial terms, like FOB, CIF, EXW, that define who is responsible for shipping, insurance, and customs during international trade. Purchase taxes and charges. Template, a predefined list of tax rates and charges, like GST, import duty, or freight, that can be applied automatically to purchase transactions to save time and maintain consistency. It's a section in the purchase invoice or purchase order where you can list all the taxes and additional charges that apply to the purchase. Following this, review the total section displaying grand total and rounded total amounts. Total section in a purchase invoice shows the final calculated values after all items, taxes, discounts, and charges are applied. Any additional discounts to the whole invoice can be set in this section. This discount could be based on the grand total, i.e., post-tax charges, or net total, i.e., pre-tax charges. The additional discount can be applied as a percentage or an amount. Advance payment. For high-value items, the seller can request an advance payment before processing the order. The Get Advances Received button opens a pop-up from where you can fetch the orders where advance payment was made. Write-off happens when the customer pays an amount less than the invoice amount. This may be a small difference like 0.50. Over several orders, this might add up to a big number. For accounting accuracy, this difference amount is written off. Following this, click the Address and Contact tab to enter supplier contact details. Supplier address. This is the billing address of the supplier. Contact person. If the supplier is a company, the person to be contacted is fetched in this field if set in the supplier form. Shipping address. Address where the items will be shipped to. Company billing address is the official address of your company that appears on the invoice for billing purposes. It represents where your company receives bills or payments, and it's usually the registered business address used for tax and legal records. Next up, Click the Terms tab to view payment terms and conditions. Payment terms. The payment for an invoice may be made in parts depending on your understanding with the supplier. This is fetched if set in the purchase order. In sales purchase transactions, there might be certain terms and conditions based on which the supplier provides goods or services to the customer. You can apply the terms and conditions to transactions, and they will appear when printing the document. Following this, click the More Info tab to access additional invoice information and settings. Shows the current stage of the purchase invoice, like draft, submitted, paid, unpaid, or canceled. It helps track where the document stands in the approval or payment process. Accounting details. This section defines the financial posting details such as cost center, credit to account, and project. It ensures that all expenses and liabilities are recorded in the correct ledgers. Subscription. If the invoice is recurring, like rent or monthly service charges, this option helps automatically generate invoices at set intervals using ERPNext's subscription feature. Print settings controls how the purchase invoice appears when printed. For example, whether to show the letterhead, taxes, or company logo on the printed document. Hold invoice used to pause or delay the submission or payment of the invoice temporarily. For instance, if there's a dispute or pending approval. You can later unhold it when ready. Additional info contains extra details about the transaction, such as is internal supplier, used for interbranch transactions within the same company group, or other metadata not covered elsewhere. Now select the supplier from here. Under the supplier field, select TechWorld PV Limited. Next, click on Get Items From. Now click Purchase Order. A dialog box will appear from here. Choose the purchase order that we had just submitted earlier. Once selected, click on Get Items. You can see that all the details are automatically fetched, including the item name, quantity, rate, and total amount. Next up, click the Save button to save your new purchase invoice. After that, click the Submit button to finalize and confirm the purchase invoice. Next, click the Yes button to permanently submit the purchase invoice. At the top of the purchase invoice list, you can now see the invoice we just created for TechWorld PV Limited.